Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is KPZ. I got 7 Destroyer on Destroyer matches from Tier 7 1v1 ranked battles. For you, we are starting out at Tier 9, facing the Japanese Tier 7 Tech Tree Destroyer, the Kadro. I think Japanese destroyers are uniquely a bad idea in ranked battles. You're counting on stealth torping. Just isn't a reliable mechanic in 1v1, especially when there are gunboats out there. So I would never recommend an IJN Destroyer in ranked battles, even though I love them. I'm not talking about arena mode. I'm talking about ranked battles 1v1. I would never use an IJN Destroyer. Alright, so we're moving out here in the Loyang. Got long range sonar. I want to say I think it's around 5.4 kilometers. Got a couple of US smoke screens, and we've got the Benson -1 turret up tiered. That's what the Loyang is. So you're pretty much a gunboat, although you don't have the DPM of, say, a Fletcher, maybe a Lightning, maybe a Tashkent. I don't know if I have a Tashkent match in here. Do have some other good ones, so I hope you'll stick around and watch this. Want to say big ups to my subscribers, last count 261, and my subscribers on Rumble. I want to say 27 on Rumble, so thank you, everybody. We are engaging the Cadro. There's literally nothing the Cadro commander can do except for run away. He didn't even torp, which I find hard to believe that he didn't even torp, but he didn't. And folks, as we're picking apart the Loyang at range, this is why you never put a Japanese destroyer into ranked battles, unless you're going to push in and suicide torp, and this commander did not do that. You know, even though he puts on the smoke screen and gets out of range, it is going to be too late. We've already done too much damage. And as we pump in the last salvo, that is the end of the Cadre. Okay, that's rank 9. I'm not sure I show all this in the end. Some of the matches I had to replay. Took me 2 games more than Tier 6 did. I did get killed a bunch of times. Not trying to hide that back from anybody. A lot of trouble with cruisers. Although I did kill a Belfast 43, and I had some battleship games, but those take a long time because the strategy is totally different in those. Here in rank 8 in Sleeping Giant, I hope you will like this one. Going up against a ship that shares a WoW's Legend history with the Loyang, and that is the Friesland. I think it was a choice campaign where you had to choose one or the other. You could buy the other ship. I bought them both. The Friesland does have sonar. Friesland also has insane damage per second or damage per minute. But that's okay. We have got torpedoes and the Friesland doesn't. So that's a key here, folks. You got to know your ship's advantage over the other ship. Friesland doesn't have torpedoes. I dare say a viable strategy. And I don't remember what I did to kill this guy. I've slept since then. Push in and torp. Just an idea. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. I hope everybody ranked out. I ranked out. You'll see that at the end of the video. I think I'll have an outro of sorts. I hope everybody ranked out. If you were looking for a good ship to use, one of the ships that beat me was a Lightning. I don't think you need to spend money, folks. I think you can just use the Lightning if you're a DD main. It has short range sonar, but it is long running, and that's the advantage you want to use against the enemy ship. They'll smoke up, and that's when you get in sonar range, hit your sonar button, and just pick them apart with that good DPM. All right, Friesland moving in there. We captured Bravo. We launched some torpedoes, hoping he blunders into them, and we are moving out here in the Loyang. And he is starting to capture Alpha. Always a good idea to capture the base if you can. That puts points pressure on your opponent. I think I beat at least 2 battleships by just capping out the points. So always a viable tactic. We're moving in here. I'm hoping to catch him up against the island in a position where he really can't move. So guaranteed detectability. We spot each other. He smokes up. He doesn't have torpedoes, so I can push in at will. We're engaging him with these US guns. He's kind of going around the island. And so I realized that I'm not going to win this part of it. He is doing way more damage to me than I am to him because he has way better DPM. So we're going to engage the brakes and we're going to back up. And he's still got a pretty significant DPM advantage. I am going to torp at him. Hanging on by a thread, 1,000 hit points. And we take him out with the torpedo, folks. Use what you have against the ships that don't have it. All right, moving on here. Match and Polar. Did I really want to show a Cleveland match?
General quarters.
I may edit this out. We'll see. Just moving in here, I know my strategy right at the beginning is to just speed rush and torp. So that is what we are planning to do. You have to know US ships don't have torpedoes, so you want to bow on the cruisers, pardon me. To my knowledge, the Premia, there aren't any US cruisers above tier 5 with torpedoes, so we're pushing in, and our plan is just torp out as soon as we can. You know, when it comes to torpedoes, folks, you want to launch them before your opponent. Now, I know the Cleveland doesn't have torpedoes, so I can wait to line it up here. I do wait to line it up here, and the Cleveland has a very bad day. Sayonara means goodbye. All right, for some reason I thought they were all destroyers. All right, never mind. Hey, here's the match against Late Fantasque. Is TT some kind of clan that I should know about in this game? Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to show you why bringing Late Fantasque into rank battles is an abject mistake. Now, it does have a lot of torpedoes. I consider it to be a torpedo boat. I think it's 3 triple tube launchers. It does have that main battery reload booster. But outside of that, it is a big ship with no way to hide itself. So I am just going to use my smoke sonar against Le Fantasque and DPM him to death. That's my plan starting out. Like the great Mike Tyson, marijuana grower and philosopher, once said, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. We're going to see about that here coming up as we move in here. Looking for Le Fantasque. Looking for this guy in the TT clan, I guess. Whatever. All right, moving out. Let's go. Where's he at? He's capturing Bravo. I think about torping just into the ether, but I don't. Here comes Le Fantasque moving toward us. Gonna light him up. Get a good hit there. Cap reset. Move into the cap next to the island here. Guaranteed detectability. I see his torpedoes. We are going to launch our torpedoes. And backing up a little bit. He is turning away. He did launch, so I put on the brakes and moved forward. And now I'm going to back up again. My torpedoes aren't a threat to him, but this is where we can smoke sonar. Even though I am guaranteed spotting, but our sonar tips him off that he launched more torpedoes. Really a good launch for him here. We move away to avoid them. And now he is in trouble because I can spot him. He cannot see me unless he comes in. He does come in. But at this point, now he's got to worry about my torpedoes. And down he goes. So yeah, Le Fantasque, not a good choice in rank battles. I'm sorry. All right, moving on to, I think, another match. Akizuki I know there are IJN destroyer players out there interested in seeing what the Akizuki can do. So I'm going to show you what the Akizuki can do. Now beware, Akizuki's got one torpedo reload booster. So once you see 8 torpedoes come out from the Akizuki, you know he doesn't have any torpedoes left.
Battle
At that
starts.
point, you just need to stay more than 2 kilometers away, unless he has the RGA mod on that it's 3 kilometers away, and you can use that smoke sonar and take him out. This is a dangerous destroyer, don't get me wrong. It is a better choice, in my opinion, than Light Fantastic, at least against other destroyers. Against other ships, however, like a cruiser or a battleship, I really don't see the Akizuki having a chance to be successful there. So that's why I would not use it. Unless you were just planning to make up for all the times you lost against destroyers or against cruisers and battleships by finding more destroyers. Again, I want to say it was probably a 60-40 mix of destroyers versus other ships. I want to say I faced probably an equal amount of cruisers and battleships compared to each other, and probably 40% cruisers and battleships against 60% destroyers. We blind launched one set of torps towards the Akizuki before he became visible. Here we got him on sonar. Looks like he is backing up. So we're backing up. One thing I noticed, the ship isn't very good at changing direction
Smoke
quickly.
generator started.
Certainly, when I think of ships that change direction quickly, Leone, amazing ability to change direction. Here we back up, smoke sonar, Akizuki. Somehow he spots me, maybe he has the RGA mod on. I don't
Critical
know.
engine damage.
But we are lighting him up. Although he has good DPM, he moved out of range, so I'm spotting him. He's not spotting me. Sonar, and those torpedoes scare me a little bit, not a lot. As you can see, we are whittling away his health and continuing to shoot as we move out of range of the torpedoes. And he hurt himself by not pushing in here. He hurt himself by continuing to move forward and keeping the island in between me and him. We are going to allow the island to take out the
Problem
second
solved, sir.
torpedo, which would have hit me. And he's still visible, got about 15 seconds left. We're going to engage him again. Sonar running down, just trying to set him on fire. Aim is a little bit wonky at this range. My commander's 16-3, so that was a little disheartening that the range opened up there, the accuracy of the shell grouping, however you want to call it. It opened up there and I wasn't able to finish him off. We launch another set blindly into the smoke, and then I'm going to move forward around this island and try to get to engage him in the open water. We've whittled him down to the point where I think it's only going to take a couple of well-aimed salvos to finish him off. So we're coming out of the smoke, looking at the RDF indicator. I'm not sure if he's coming towards me or not. We're just going to come to a halt here. That way we can reverse if we need to. We are capturing both bases at the same time. Want to make sure I don't run into an island here. There's one, and I think we're going to get the second here. And there's two, so we're going to back up. We're going to change our heading so we avoid the land in front of us, and then we're going to go forward to engage the Akizuki. Oh, still dealing with some type of respiratory illness. I don't know what it is, folks, but it is hanging around here, and I'm not happy about it. All right, here's the Akizuki. He is close to death. Really good first hit there. Second hit, he never even got shots off. And that's the end for him. All right, another destroyer versus destroyer contest here. I want to say, is this a Fletcher or Z23? Boy, I don't know. I wish I would have looked at the thing, but whatever.
Action stations.
I had a lot of matches on this map. Most of my battleship and cruiser matches were on a map like this. Or tiers. This map are tiers of the desert. Alright, moving out the Loyang. Trying to get it done here. Hoping we can spot the enemy. And I think he's going the outside of the big island here. Did anybody buy Pirates content? I didn't. I think Pirates is ripoff. Alright, who do we got here? YOLO Emilio. Now, I died to a YOLO Emilio earlier in ranked battles. I don't know if it was this player or another player. But basically, I tried to smoke sonar and he just rushed in and torped me. So I knew I had to keep away from his torpedoes. So here, we're just going to run away. Now, he dodged my first salvo of torpedoes. So we're going to continue to shoot back turrets only. I did damage con that, but I didn't think it was absolutely necessary to do that. We smoke and sonar here. That's going to allow us to monitor his movement while continuing to kite away. He reverses directions, so we will reverse direction. We're in the boundary at this moment, so you always want to turn away from the boundary instead of trying to back up or whatever. Not that that would have been an option there anyway, but always drive away from the boundary. Don't try to stop and back up. Take a look. All right, so at this point, I think we're just going to torp to see what happens. He came out of my smoke screen, so I really don't have anything to lose. My accuracy, again, isn't what I wanted it to be. So we're going to torp right there. And we're just going to continue to keep all 4 barrels on target. He can only shoot 2 turrets at me. He turns right into the torpedoes, folks. Keep the Palo Emilio at distance. And it'll be a lot easier to take him out. Don't let him rush in on you. It will negate that smoke sonar if you do that. So kite away from the Palo, make him chase you. That's how you take him out. All right. All right, moving out here. Maybe this is the C-23. I think we're running out of matches here, so I guess I lied. I guess it wasn't 7 destroyer matches. It was 7 matches with me and a destroyer. I don't know. Maybe I'll replace that Cleveland match. And then you guys won't know what I'm talking about because it won't be there. Probably not, though. Alright, so we're moving out here. Like to use these islands for cover, of course. Who wouldn't? Except a pure gunboat. And again, Z-23 has sonar. I think our sonar is longer range. So that's something to consider. I think we have better DPM. Something else to consider. Unless he can use AP and get it to detonate against us, which I don't think he can. So, finally spotted the C-23. We're going to light him up. Really good hit there. We were trying to bow on to negate a little of his damage. He does set me on fire, so I have to damage con. He did torp. We will manage just barely to dodge the torps. And he sonared us. We will sonar him.
Generator started.
And he is driving away, so we're going to light him up. And I think he had some bad aim there. And we're getting some good aim. And some good hits. And unfortunately for him, he turns into our torpedo. Yeah, kind of kooky. Alright, so this was the penultimate match here against the Fletcher. So you will get part of 7 matches, I guess, against other DDs. The Cleveland was just a bonus to show you U.S. cruisers just torp rush them. Anyway, we cap out Bravo. Fletcher is playing ring around the island. Got sonar going. No, don't chase destroyers around island, folks. It is bad juju to chase destroyers around
Smokescreen set.
islands. And the Fletcher takes everything, and he just has a smidge of health left. We're just going to reverse and finish him off. And that is how I ranked out in the Low Yang. Again, I do recommend the Low Yang if you have the cash, but if you don't, the Lightning is a reasonably good tech tree facsimile, better DPM, sonar, short range, but much longer duration. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this Tier 7 1v1 ranked recap. If you did enjoy it, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe or share these videos with people who you think might enjoy them. Thanks to all my subs. I'll catch you on the next video.